favourite character in Spirited Away is Haku, particularly in dragon form, which I really enjoy in the show because we use lots of different scales of puppet to show Haku depending on his kind of proximity to Chihiro.
So when we were making these puppets for the first time, it became very clear that Haku was going to be quite a tricky one, and that's because he has an amazing transformation live on stage that needs to be operated by the puppeteers, so it has to be easy and quick to do, but also hidden.
So this is our Haku puppet in his unfinished form. You manually lower his bottom jaw, and he has a kind of top set of teeth and gums that kind of drop down into place part way to show that he's kind of growling. His top teeth stay put, and then his bottom jaw keeps going for kind of full articulation. And at a certain point when his jaw is open, his ears engage and get pulled back so that you can kind of show his full emotional range. Yeah, so this is Haku's miracle eyeball with the kind of foil encased in the middle, and it kind of gives it a very ambiguous kind of pupil with all the kind of light reflecting it and moving. So the hair of Haku the Dragon, he has a kind of blue mane running all the way down his back, and then kind of white, long kind of hair and whiskers on his head. And in the show we use a thing called tubular crin. And it's brilliant because it has this sort of like sea anemone kind of movement to it. It really kind of catches air and has its own kind of impetus. Each length of his hair is cut individually. You melt the ends to twist them to give them a point, and then they're inserted and glued one at a time. And when you have 2,000 hairs in one dragon, you can imagine how much time and how many people that takes to do. Yeah, Haku's body is made up of all these different sections. All of his scales are hand carved and scrimmed in kind of muslin glue. And yeah, there was a lot of talk about whether Haku is completely covered in hair or covered in scales, and so the kind of fan art was really a useful way of engaging what that is. For instance, Haku in lots of those artworks often looks very angry, and in the film he is kind of in pain quite a lot, but actually the kind of most famous shots of him are looking very majestic and very kind of serene, and the sculpt for him in particular has a kind of curled lip, so it's kind of growling and a kind of wrinkling around his nose so that he feels a very live, threatening kind of dangerous animal.